Vanakkam, Aiboan, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I warmly welcome you to the Investor Forum for the initial public offering of Maharaja Foods Limited, which is set for July 4th. This event marks a historic milestone as Sri Lanka's first women enterprise with founders from Northern Province to be listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange. I am Shivalata Sivasundaram, your host for the evening. Maharaja Foods Limited began in 1989 with Vijay Enterprises, founded by visionary entrepreneur Sivasaranam Guganathan, initially focused on sourcing premium quality good items and empowering local farmers. The company evolved into Maharaja Food Products in 1995. Incorporated as Maharaja Foods Private Limited in 2012, the company continued its legacy under the Guganathan family. After Mr. Guganathan passing in 2016, his spouse, Mrs. Thavamalar Guganathan, transformed MFL into a woman-owned enterprise. Under her leadership, the company has flourished, demonstrating resilience and a commitment to innovation. Ably supported by the second generation of the family, Mr. Vijayanand Guganathan, Chairman, and Mr. Vidyanath Guganathan, Managing Director, today Maharaja Foods have rapidly grown into an export-oriented company, and subsequently in March 2024, MFL became a limited liability company. MFL Group serves both local and international consumers with a wide range of quality foods products, with a strategic focus on exports since 2022. Local distribution is managed by its subsidiary, Maharaja Marketing Private Limited. Mrs. Thavamalar Guganathan's leadership has not only upheld her late husband's vision, but also ensured sound financial governance, meeting the criteria for listing on the Colombo Stock Exchange. Maharaja Foods Limited is proud to announce it plans to raise Rs 125 million through an initial public offering to fuel the next phase of growth, moving into markets and expanding the product portfolio. 25 million ordinary voting shares are on the offer through the IPO at an issue price of Rs 5 per share, with the IPO opening on 4th July 2024. The company is being advised on the listing by Atara Capital, which is the financial advisor, the lead manager, and the sponsor to the IPO as well. Hence, without further ado, let us welcome the Managing Director of Atara Capital, Mr. Rohan Senewiratne, to provide a detailed introduction and key highlights of the IPO in order to set the stage for the evening.
Thank you, Shivalata. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Atara Capital, the manager to the offer and sponsor of this IPO, I extend a warm welcome to all of you for this IPO Investor Forum. Very encouraging to see the top 10 fund managers and the investors in the forum. I think the subscription is not going to be a problem, ladies and gentlemen of the board of directors. Secondly, I think I must mention Mr. Ranil Vijay, a former chairman of the SEC, who actually gave birth to the Empower Board of the CSC. During his tenure, how he worked very hard to formulate the rules and to work with the stock exchange and to have this Empower Board. So thereby, Maharaja Foods gets the opportunity to list on the specific board. So we'll remember him and his efforts. Also, a little bit of background with our engagement with Maharaja Foods. As some of you know, a company cannot be listed overnight. It is an exercise that has to be carefully crafted and nurtured over a period of time. So we met Maharaja Foods back in 2022. We were very passionate and interested because the founders were from the north. With the key founder, we found it a little difficult to communicate also because unfortunately it's our fault. We didn't know the language that she speaks of. So we had a consultant who helped us right through to understand the circumstances of the company. And we are very happy that in the last 1 year or so, we have been able to build the financial governance structures, operations, human resources, as well as some thoughts about the international marketing and the focus of this company. So here we are today. We have got the in-principle approval from the stock exchange to open the IPO on the 4th of July. In terms of products of this company, I mean, something that we really considered when we onboarded them. Ladies and gentlemen, these are very basic products, right? You get rice-based products, flour-based products, spices, gingerly oil. I mean, these are things that we used in our dining tables every day. Being Asians, we use a lot of spices, and therefore, this company has been able to predominantly market these products to an expatriate community. So their initial focus has been to target the Sri Lankan diaspora. Of course, Maharaja is a majestic name even among the Indian expatriate community. You know, if you remember certain stories of historic value, Maharaja is a name that has been in the households of Indians. So thriving on that and leveraging on that aspect, the company has now entered international markets, and the fact that they have earned 65%, almost 65% of revenue in US dollars is a credible achievement in the last, particularly in the last year. The company also has the local distribution through a subsidiary Maharaja Marketing, where they are currently serving about 5,000 outlets. Plans underway via the IPO funds to increase that to about 50,000 outlets. Now, the speakers that would follow will talk about the company's products, the future plans, IPO objectives, where the money would be invested, and how the company would bring value to you investors. Of course, looking at the performance and the fact that they have a lot of energy and passion for this company, since already is in the second generation, I am confident that the performance that they achieved, almost a 500 million top line, the financial year 24-25 forecast is a 700 million, with the second half performance getting into a bumper harvest due to the application of the money that is obtained from the IPO. I am confident that they will reach the top line target of 700 million and the profit target of 59 million. And mind you, as a sponsor of this IPO, we will hold hands with the company for a period of 2 years until such time they issue the second annual report after listing. So rest assured, we will be there further guiding and nurturing this company in terms of their operations, financial governance, reporting, listing rules, post-listing obligations, all that. I would like to end this with a little bit of an emotional note. Now, the war ended 15 years ago, and today we have a female entrepreneur. We speak a lot about female entrepreneurship in Sri Lanka, but here we are in the midst of a female entrepreneur who was born in Velane, Jaffna, got married in 1990 to a gentleman from Velane, started this business in their home front. Because all of us, we start our own brands and businesses in the home front in a very sort of a not a structured environment. So they moved to Colombo thereafter, and the business moved into manufacturing of their products. Earlier, Mr. Guganathan has been involved in trading, importing and selling, but they went on to manufacture products. Unfortunately, Mr. Guganathan, we lost him in 2016, and as we know, it is very difficult for a joint female entrepreneur to carry on this business. At that point, if things have gone wrong, today we wouldn't have had Maharaja Foods, because the three sons were in their 20s and one son has already moved to the UK. Fortunately, the eldest son remained with the youngest son, and under the leadership of Mrs. Thavamalar, for 8 years, this company kept on growing. So I think it's a credible story, a credible achievement for her to rally the sons and bring this company to a level where it met the entry criteria to be listed in the stock exchange. All the corporate governance structures in place. We have appointed 2 independent non-executive directors, very famous names who have already started contributing in terms of the governance requirements. So in the future, I am very confident that this company will meet your expectations, and hopefully end of the financial year, I would like to request the board of directors to declare a handsome dividend. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a pleasant evening.
So let me ask one question from the lady herself. அம்மா உங்களுக்கு இது என்னோட ஒரு கொஷன் உண்டு. உங்களுடைய கணவர் தவறினதுக்கப்புறம் அது யாழ்ப்பாணம் அங்கே இருந்து கொண்டும் இங்கேயும் கொழும்புலையும் உங்களுடைய ஜேர்னி, உங்களுடைய பயணத்தை உந்து சக்தியோட தொடர்பு கொண்டு போனதுக்கு என்னென்ன அதை கொண்டு போகிறதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு ஒரு தைரியம் வந்தது? உங்களுக்கு அந்த தைரியத்தை கொடுத்தது எது? நீங்கள் நினச்சிருந்தா கொடுத்துட்டு போயிருக்கலாம் வேறு யாருக்காவது, இல்லை உங்களோட மகன்களுக்கு மட்டுமே கொடுத்துருக்கலாம். நீங்களும் அதில் இன்வால்வ் ஆகி அதை என்னென்ன கொண்டு போனீங்க சொல்ல முடியுமா?
கடவுளின் ஆசீர்வாதத்தாலையும் கணவர் கொடுத்த தைரியத்தாலையும் பிள்ளைகள் இருக்கிற சப்போர்ட்டாலையும் அவைக்கு நாங்கள் பிள்ளைகளுக்கு நான் அந்த சப்போர்ட் பண்ணி படித்து இங்கே இந்த தொழிலை துவங்கிறதுக்கு ஆர்வம் காட்டி அப்பா அவர் கொண்டு வந்த தொழிலை விடக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லி நான் ஆர்வத்தை கொடுத்து இந்த வேலையை தொடர்ந்து செய்ய சொல்லி வேறு வேலைகளுக்கு போக விடாமல் அவைக்கு மனம் அந்த இதில் விருப்பம் விடாமல் இந்த வேலையில் தொடர்ந்து போக சொல்லி இது பண்ணபடியாக.
Just to summarize that in English, I just asked the question, what made her to continue the journey? Because at the time, as well as in Jaffna or Colombo, whatever time it is after her husband's passing, what made her to go through the whole process? And she would have just closed the shop or just given to sons and just relaxed, but no, she was in it, and she specifically mentioned it was the God's grace as well as her surrounding pushed. And also she mentioned nice thing, she didn't allow anyone to go out of the business. She herself mentioned to hold everyone in and then push together, and I believe that that's paying off right now. And I think that concludes our Q&A. Thank you for your questions. And at the last final segment, I would like to ask everyone to take their seat, please, and to remain Ms. Thavamalar on stage. Let's now welcome the Iron Lady behind all of the success, Mrs. Thavamalar Guganathan, wife of late Mr. Guganathan, founder of MFL Group, who has been integral to the business for over 4 decades. She supported her husband in establishing Maharaja Foods as recognized brand and oversaw the finance function as well. Mrs. Thavamalar played a pivotal role in developing key recipes in both the flour and spice ranges. It's her recipes mainly. And in 2006, she took a leadership role, supported her family significantly, which elevated the business. So from the product development to market launch, Mrs. Thavamalar ensures product quality with the support and guidance being the crucial company's growth. She has been an inspiration, as Dele mentioned as well, to many women entrepreneurs, including emerging ones like myself. It's a great pleasure to welcome Mrs. Thavamalar on stage to deliver the vote of thanks.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் முதல் கடவுளுக்கு நன்றியை கூறுகின்றேன். இன்று இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியில் கலந்து கொள்ள தருணம் கிடைச்சதுக்கு நன்றி கூறுகின்றேன். அடுத்ததாக எனது கணவராலும் என்னாலும் நிறுவப்பட்ட இந்த நிறுவனம் இன்று கொழும்பு பங்குச்சந்தை பட்டியலில் இடம்பெறத்துக்கு நான் இப்படி வருமென்று கனவில் நினைக்கவில்லை. நாங்கள் இருவரும் யாழ்ப்பாணம் வேலணையில் பிறந்து அங்கேயே திருமணம் செய்து கொழும்புக்கு வந்து 1995ஆம் ஆண்டு இந்த தொழிலை தொடங்கினோம். தொழிலை தொடங்கி இந்த மகாராஜா ஃபுட்ஸ் தயாரிப்புகளை தொடர்ந்து செய்வதற்கு தொடர்ந்து ஆர்வமாக இருக்கிறோம். எனது கணவர் 2016 இறந்த பின்பு இந்த தொழிலை தொடங்குவதற்கு எனது பிள்ளைகளின் உதவியுடன் பிள்ளைகள் முழு ஆதரவும் தந்தபடியாக தொடர்ந்து இந்த இதுகளை உற்பத்தி செய்து அல்ட்ரா கேபிட்டல் நிறுவனத்தார் ஒரு வருடமாக இந்த முயற்சி எடுத்து இந்த பங்குச்சந்தை பட்டியலில் இடம்பெறத்துக்கு உதவி செய்கிறதுக்கு நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன். அடுத்ததாக எங்கள் நிதி ஆலோசகரான திரு பிரணவன் அவர்களுக்கும் எங்களை இந்த இதில் ஊக்குவித்து தொடர்ந்து இதை செய்வதற்கு ட்விட்டர் பெரேரா அவர்களுக்கும் எங்கள் ஆடிட்டர் அவர்களுக்கும் நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். முக்கியமாக முதலீட்டாளர் மன்றத்தில் அனைத்து முதலீட்டாளர்களுக்கும் ஸ்டீம் மூலம் அனைத்து முதலீட்டாளர்களுக்கும் இணைந்த அனைத்து முதலீட்டாளர்களுக்கும் எதிர்காலத்தில் மகாராஜா ஃபுட்ஸ் நிறுவனத்திற்காக நாங்கள் திட்டமிட்டுள்ள பயணத்தை வெற்றிகரமாக எடுத்துச் செல்ல ஜூலை 4ஆம் தேதி முதலீடு எங்களுக்கு மிக முக்கியமானது என்று நன்றியை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். வணக்கம்.
Let me quickly recap in English. A very happy moment for me and my family is today. We never dreamt that a company founded by me and my late husband would be listed in the Colombo Stock Exchange. We both were born in Vilnius, Jaffna, got married there, and later on we moved on to Colombo, continue and grow the business we started, and continue our passion for the products manufactured by Maharaja Foods. As a woman entrepreneur, I am thanking the gods for giving me the strength and wisdom to continue the business after losing my husband in 2016. I also got the fullest support of my sons to grow the business to the current level where we export the majority of products manufactured. I also want to thank Atara Capital for the hard work done for the past 1 year to prepare our company to be listed in Colombo Stock Exchange. I also thank Mr. Branavan, our financial consultant, for encouraging and supporting us the right through. Our auditors, Tudor V. Pereira and a company for their support. Most importantly, I want to thank all the investors present here and the Investors Forum and all the investors who joined via live stream. Your investment on 4th July is very important to us. To successful to go forward with the journey we have planned for Maharaja Foods in future. Thank you, ma'am. I know that it must be very emotional for Ms. Thavamalar as well. So from my perspective, they say an IPO is a moment of truth for a company as it faces the scrutiny at the public markets and the expectations of the investors, correct? So Maharaja Foods is renowned for its commitment to quality, innovation and sustainability, bringing authentic flavors to the global market through ethical sourcing and environmental responsibility. With a mission to enrich life through superior culinary experience, MFL continues to uphold values of integrity and respect for nature. With these brand promises, Maharaja Food is confident in achieving its targets at the upcoming IPO.
For 30 years, we've mastered the art of culinary excellence. From the heart of Sri Lanka to the tables of the world, a new chapter unfolds. Maharaja Foods is set to soar, soon to be listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange. Initial public offering opening on 4th of July. Be part of our extraordinary legacy. Maharaja Food Products, initial public offering. Atara Capital, financial advisor and manager to the offer and sponsor.